Welcome to the padded room. I have an eternity of lifetimes to express, and only a few moments in which to do it. Life itself has become, won't you agree, unbearable. We have our COVID 19. We've got a society of drug addicts. There isn't anybody in Canada that isn't on some sort of medication. Medication, a drug. Some people like to smoke marijuana, some cigarettes, some tobacco. Some like to do phenobarbital to stop them twitching. Some like to do Ritalin so they don't get fidgety. Some like Prevacid so they don't get heartburn. Some like painkillers like aspirin and non-steroidal. You know what I mean? Um, we're all on something. Everyone. And my head is just so fragmented by all the crazy shit in this world that I just don't understand. I remember being a child asking about these things and being slapped and told to shut up and you're a whiner and this, that, and the other. And here I am, almost 60 years old now. And I'm more passionate about it with less energy than I've ever had. I find the most thrilling pastime I've got these days is to go to sleep, which is easy now. Sleep is easy. And the dreams I have, you take your best CGI and special effects, okay? And it's not a spit in the ocean compared to what goes on in my head when I'm asleep. And then I got to wake up to a world where everything, literally everything, is an order of magnitude or greater worse than anything I've got in my dreams. In a world where I'm told, okay, from birth basically, that there's this benevolent, yeah, this all wise creator, this Jesus character is going to come and save us all. Ooh. And I'm all thrilled. Yet we got doctors all around that can't figure out what the diseases are that are plaguing literally every one of us. They're all practicing medicine, and none of us know how to practice growing things from the ground and looking after ourselves. I personally, as you know, have been trying very, very desperately. I lived 6 months outside, right at the very edge of the Short Hills Park. The first tree going into the park from this property I'm on, I camped under for 6 months. And I built this amazing shelter. I don't know how I did it. I don't know what inspired it. But I start off with I just threw a mattress on top of a skid under a tree and decided that's where I'm going to kind of hang out for the summer. I put a tarp over it. I made every mistake in the book because I've never ever been taught how to properly live outside. I don't know how. I enjoyed it so much. I was so depressed, and I still am, about having to move back into the barn, into my padded room. Let me show you a little bit. Look at there. It's my padded room. Okay. This is what keeps me cozy when it's like below freezing outside, and I just sit here. And my own body heat, for the most part, keeps it warm. Cigarettes keep it warm. My light bulb keeps it warm. Got a little emergency heater over there that when it gets too cold, so my food doesn't freeze, I keep it warm because I'm finding that my body does adapt to the cold. The problem is I've gotten too old. It adapts, but it's happening slower, and I don't have the pre-training. Say if I was a teen or a child just growing up and I'd learned to live outside, I know the body adapts. I'm dressed for a temperature that's, well, normally it would have to be much, much colder than it is right now for me to be warm. Hang on, that makes sense? Much colder for me to be warm? No. What am I trying to say here? It's almost embarrassing. See, when you don't have a script, you're sitting there and you're going nuts and you just gotta fucking talk. I feel like it's like this message I want to give, but I don't know how to word it, you know? I've heard from people I jump all over the place and I watch it in the videos. Of course I do. But then I listen to other people talk too. And even some of my, what I will call people I admire online that really show a good example of that focus. When I really listen careful, they're all over the place too. I wonder if any of us are really communicating. At a certain point, you've heard so many stories, so many points of view. Many of them, I'm sure you'll all agree, or many will agree, are, they're kind of in line with what you think as well. But, right? And there's always that but, that unknown quality of doesn't quite fit. I got to change where I'm sitting because sitting cross-legged on your. Right now, I'm on a big heavy mattress and a bunch of fabric that I've just piled up, and it allows me to dress fairly lightly. I mean, probably a little overdressed with this on right now. I got 2 shirts on. Talk about a creepy movie. So anyway, what do we do to stay alive? What can we do in order to thrive? What are the things we need to do so that we don't dive into the deep end of fucking angst and agony? First, I thought this COVID was a joke. Then I realized there's some good things coming from it. People have been dying forever already. Now we say it's natural. So why are we worried about the COVID? That's just, hey, Christians, come on, Christians. Let's get on with this one. It's God's way of balancing everything. So why all this stupid shit? And the reason I'm getting angry about it, if it's saying, I'm not really angry. I'm passionate about. Every time I've gone for a walk in the forest lately, in a park that I've read online, I've seen the signs down there, the police do not cross shit and everything else. And I'm watching people park down there. They say people are getting tickets down there. I've never seen one. But I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of them fucking pink slips that say, you have to move your car immediately or you'll get a ticket. Hey, police, do your fucking job. We don't want people in the forest. If you want a forest, people of the community, then plant a fucking tree. Start planting trees. Start making gardens. Let's regenerate this area. Right now, well, for the last 8 years, I guess, I've not gone out once where I haven't seen another tree fall down. My first job when I got here, I'll call it a job. The first thing I did was I went out and mapped out the trees in my head and looked at which ones were healthy, and I was disappointed, but I thought there's some hope. I don't have any anymore. I'm not hearing anything from the leaders of our geographic area that give me any fucking confidence whatsoever. To the contrary. When I hear about the way law enforcement is reacting, I wipe out this video.